There it is. I believe they call that the Death Star. Well, hello everyone. Greg here. Today I'm in Arlington at the AT&T Stadium, I guess commonly referred to as the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. I'm gonna be doing a tour of the stadium. It's gonna be pretty cool. Let's check it out. We're gonna go right through those doors right there. Going through the rotating doors. These always kind of scare me just a little bit. Here we go. So they don't allow any video filming in here, so what I'm gonna do is make a commentary and then put pictures over it. First of all, the Dallas Cowboys were bought for $140 million in 1989, and now they're worth $5.7 billion and are the world's most valuable sports team. That's pretty incredible. All right, so here we are looking around AT&T Stadium. It can accommodate 100,000 people. That's just pretty mind-blowing. It cost $1.5 billion. I think that was in 2009 is when it was completed. The roof will open and close, and it takes 10 minutes to complete the cycle. The Statue of Liberty would fit on the 50-yard line with the roof itself closed. Now, I don't know if that means with the screen here taken out or not, but I'm thinking without the screen. And right there is Jerry Jones's box, which he uses to view the progress of the game and stuff like that. Now, in most stadiums, the teams come out at the end zones, but here they come out at the 50-yard line, which is kind of unique. The stadium is built with these two arches, and they weigh 3,000 tons each. The arches are 290 foot tall, and they go into the ground 150 feet, so those are huge. The roof itself can withstand 150 mile-an-hour winds. Here we are looking out at the field. As you can see, it's been rolled up for some different event other than football. The guide was saying that sometimes they have animal events here, like rodeos and things like that. And the dirt that they use for those events are different from the dirt that they would use for like a monster truck show. And it takes several weeks to clean it up afterwards, he said. There's also windows at the end of the stadium on each side, and they're actually doors that open up. They're 180 feet wide and 120 feet tall. This mirrored disc sculpture had to be cleared with the FAA because there was concern that it could blind the pilots. Okay, here we are at Super Bowl Alley. This here is the Cotton Bowl office, and the Cotton Bowl was first held in 1937 here in Dallas. The game itself has been played here at AT&T Stadium since 2010. And here we see winning team helmets. This trophy here is 60 pounds. Meanwhile, the Super Bowl trophy is only 8 pounds. And this display is of silver helmets that represent the season as the teams begin to dwindle over the course of the year. Now here we're looking at some pictures from the team from 1975 that was the first wild card team. This game is actually the origin of the term Hail Mary pass, because when interviews later with Roger Staubach asked him about it, he said he just threw that pass and just said a Hail Mary. Alright, here we are looking at some suites. These can seat between 12 and 60 people. We got a pretty good vantage point up here, but there's also some suites on the ground as well. In fact, right there is the Jones family suite on the ground, and it'll fit 100 people. Now, the guide said that Jerry was pretty smart when he came up with this, but the suites that are owned next to his are by people that he knows, so that he doesn't have to worry about getting stopped for photographs and things like that all the time. Now you can see the glass here, it doesn't go all the way up for protection, but there can be panels added here for better protection or soundproofing. I mean, some people might worry about their kid, leaning over the side and falling over, so they can close it up if they have to. Alright, so here is the video board. This is a Mitsubishi screen that is 160 feet wide and 72 feet tall, and it cost $40 million. It weighs 600 tons and has 30 million LEDs in it. It took 8 months to arrive, and it was built piece by piece while it was in the stadium. Now, it was originally built 90 feet off the ground, but apparently when U2 had a concert there, their stage was 110 feet tall, so the screen had to be changed so that it can be raised and lowered using a pulley system. Now, there is a maintenance cage that comes down, and it actually takes 8 minutes to go up there. Now, here's the press room, and apparently this will fit 300 people. What I find interesting about the press room is that it's not positioned on the 50-yard line. The guide said that Mr. Jerry decided that that should be reserved for suites that, he could sell tickets to instead of giving press people a really great seat. Here we are in the main hallway around the building leading up to the sign room. And over here is the machine room. And here we are in the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders locker room. I didn't know this, but apparently the cheerleaders aren't really paid very well at all, just nominally, and they have regular jobs. They have to be at least 18 to try out. That makes sense. Carolyn and Maddie are the co-captains, and you can see here some props that are being set up for the TV show Making the Team. And lastly, here we are in the Cowboys locker room. You can see across the top they have adorned some of the more famous players over the years. Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman. And here we are in the post-game interview room. It's adjacent to the Cowboys locker room. Also, you can see here the Miller Club right next to it with soundproof glass. Here we are at the ground level looking out at the field, again without the grass. I'm looking up at the giant screen up there. There's some homages to great Cowboy players over the years around the perimeter of the stadium here, including Tom Landry, but he's not a player. He's the only coach that is honored here. And here's some more of the long hallways around the stadium. And finally, here's a photo with our guide, Cliff. Thanks a lot for the tour, Cliff. Appreciate it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for the tour. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film inside of there, so as you could tell by watching the video, it was a bunch of photos that I took that I narrated over. So hopefully I got all the facts right. If I didn't, make sure you let me know down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. Remember, the adventure's in you. Bye-bye.